And are you both representing yourselves today?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and have a seat. For the record, we're here on Willard versus Clemens. We have a very young child. Is Robert just 6 months now?
Yes.
Okay. For the record, Dad filed the initial motion requesting joint legal primary custody, that Mom have Fridays to Sundays, and asking for child support. Mom filed kind of the same thing. Her opposition and counter motion says joint legal custody. She'd like primary, Dad to have Friday to Sunday. Mom also said that she had some concerns and wanted an order shortening time. It sounded like, according to Mom, Dad's been doing some harassing at work, etc. I know that we have a T case that's been filed by Mom against Dad, but that's not set for hearing until April. So we're looking really at how you two want to proceed. Normally we'd set a temporary timeshare. We'd probably look at some kind of mutual restraining order so neither of you leave the county, because you both seem kind of concerned that the other might take off with the baby. Who has Robert right now? All right. When was the last time Mom had contact with Robert?
The day before she left.
So how long ago was that? How long ago?
18 days ago.
All right. So you two have a young baby, so you really need to have a good timeshare. It's harmful for a child this young to be apart from either parent for very long, but you don't want them bouncing back and forth like ping pong balls either. The specialists tend to agree that the child at this age is better to have more of a permanent home in one household, but rapid and repeated contact with the other parent. But I don't know at this point who is the best candidate in terms of custody and what ultimate timeshare will be for you. So we're going to set up a temporary timeshare. Under the statute, you have to go to mediation and try to work out an agreement. If you can't, and we can use the domestic violence protocol, if you're really concerned that this man is capable of harm, we can have you each in a separate room, and the specialist goes back and forth and tries to help you reach an agreement. Your concerns seem more like you were concerned about harassment than physical harm, but you tell me, is there some concern of physical harm, or was it just you were saying he's coming?
Physical harm, just harassing phone calls. He comes into my work all the time, and I don't understand because he has my son. Or he has our son, and I haven't seen him, and I don't understand why he keeps doing that, and he keeps harassing the people I work with, and they're tired of it, and I don't want to lose my job over it.
All right, what's your version?
I've never even been in her work after her work asked me not to come in there. I've never called.
All right, when did they ask you not to come in?
Police came to my work. They pressed the red button on him because he was asked not to come in right after the incident happened. And he came in with his brother. He calls my work.
When was the last time you're saying he came to your office?
I work at a store.
Okay, when was the last time?
March 15th at 4:15 p.m.
All right, do you agree that was the last time you were there, or
5:30 p.m. that day?
was that the last time in your recollection?
My recollection, I believe it was.
He's gone to both my children's schools. He's gone to my daughter's school.
All right, will you agree to stay away from her place of employment?
Sure.
Tell me for the record what that is. What store is it?
7-Eleven.
And what the cross streets?
Top and Rainbow.
Top and Rainbow? All right, so we will, he's stipulating on the record today that he will not go to her workplace for any reason. You have other children, and he's going to their school?
Yes.
All right, how many children do you have?
11 children.
And what are their names and ages?
Noble Brochet and Jules Brochet. Noble's 6 and Jules just turned 5.
What schools are they going to?
Atkinson Elementary School and Acelero Learning Center.
Okay, have you been over to those schools?
I went that Wednesday because the school called that he missed 2 days of school. I didn't try to go over there and take him out like she says. I got a paper from the principal stating that my concern was just about Noble.
Okay, why don't we take a look at the paper, just to be on the safe side. Do you understand that unless they're your biological children, you really have no legal rights over them?
I was on the paperwork to pick him up.
You're on the call list?
Yes.
Changed that Wednesday, and he was
All right, so you've deleted him from the call list?
Yes, the day he returned to school. I didn't take him back to school without changing that. And he actually showed up on Tuesday, March 9th, at school, and the teacher thought that was weird because my son was absent that day.
All right, for the record, this is a letter from Elizabeth Smith, principal of Pat Diskin Elementary School, March 18, 2010, to whom it may concern. On March 18, 2010, Mr. Willard came to the school office inquiring about a previous visit to school campus on March 10, 2010. On that day, he met with administration. He was told we are not able to provide information unless subpoenaed. That's a helpful letter.
Right.
I'll let you have it back.
The teacher
Schools can be so helpful.
The teacher showed up the teacher said he showed up outside of the classroom on Tuesday when he was absent, and she found that weird because he
I
wasn't
never
in
even
school
talked
that
to
day.
the teacher.
Right, but you have removed him from the call list, correct?
Yes.
All right. Do you agree that you have no other reason to go to her other children's school?
Sure.
So you agree to stay away from those and from their soccer practice? Okay. So we have a stipulation on the record that he will not go to defendants' children's school, soccer practice, etc. Yeah, so we're making some progress. Now, about Robert, what do you two want to do temporarily? Because we need to set up a temporary timeshare. He needs to have contact with both of you. Mom needs some immediate contact because she hasn't had contact for a
I've
while.
never told her she couldn't see the baby. I was scared that she was going to take the baby, but she's like, "Are you ready to give me the baby?"
Right, let me ask this. Would you both agree that neither of you will take Robert out of Clark County unless the court gives you an order allowing you to do so?
Sure.
Would you agree with that? And this is just temporarily till we resolve your case. Then we'll talk about future agreements. But would you agree that?
Yes, I live here. Yes, I'm actually leaving this weekend, so I don't.
Okay, where
I
are
don't
you
know if
going
I'll
for
get
this
out.
weekend?
I'm just going to. I'm taking my children to Disneyland, and my mom is expecting to see my baby, so I was wondering if I could take him with me.
Right, 6 months. He's probably not going to have much fun at Disneyland.
I know, but
I know that your
I would like
mom.
to spend time
Can
with
your
him.
mom come here to visit, or I would just like to keep both of you from taking him out of
haven't
Clark
seen
County
my
right
son
now.
or
No, we're going to give you immediate time. I just would like to keep both of you from taking him out of Clark County till we get this settled.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
You're going to have immediate time with them. When are you going to Disneyland?
Saturday. We're coming back Sunday.
So today's Thursday, so we could give you time Thursday, Friday. Dad could cover while you're in Disneyland, and then when you're back from Disneyland, you'd have him back again. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
So would you both agree for now, a mutual restraining order, neither of you will remove Robert from Clark County till further court order? You both agree with that? Okay, so we have a stipulation that neither removed from Clark County until a court orders otherwise. And again, as the case progresses and we start to make different orders and have a better timeshare, we can lessen that restriction. Because you're both going to want to take them for vacations. You're both going to want to take them to family reunions. God forbid there's funerals. I mean, there's lots of things that you want to take your children with you to. But just for now, until the dust settles, since there's been so much controversy, I'm more comfortable if he just stays in Clark County. So Mom agrees to that. We want to set him up on a regular schedule, and we can do an exchange at a neutral public place, or you can have someone else exchange him if you don't want to exchange him with each other. Now, I know you're concerned because you feel he's been harassing you and following you and stuff like that. Do you want someone else to do an exchange, or do you want to meet in a public place for the exchange? What do you want to do?
I have no problem with her coming over to the house.
So you're okay if she personally does the exchanges. Are you comfortable with that? Because you're the one saying he's harassing you. So we can keep you apart if you want. We can exchange it at McDonald's. We can exchange it at a police station. I mean, I don't know what you want to do. Or you can have a relative exchange for you if you don't want to meet with them directly.
His house is fine.
His house is okay?
As long as nothing happens to me, because
There's nothing.
mother.
Okay, we usually use what we call the honkin' seatbelt rule. It sounds funky, but what it means is with a baby this age, the parent stays in the car in their seatbelt. The other parent puts the child in the car seat. No conversation, at least nothing harassing. You can tape record it or videotape if you want to make sure everybody keeps the peace. But the other parent stays in their seatbelt. Are you okay with that? So if you pull up to the house, he puts the baby in the car seat, you stay in your seatbelt, off you go, vice versa. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And you can bring someone with you to the exchange if you want. The goal is to keep it peaceful and quiet for the baby's sake.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, sir? All right. And are you okay if each of you bring someone if you're worried? You can bring a third party with you.
I'm not worried. I mean, she can bring who she wants
Okay.
if she's worried.
Are you okay if he brings someone with him if he's concerned? And you're okay if she brings someone with her?
That's fine.
Anyone that you want to exclude from being present? Anyone who's particularly hostile on either side of the case?
Mike.
Okay.
I don't want Mike coming to my house.
Okay, who's Mike?
A coworker of mine.
Okay.
There's no reason.
Would you agree that Mike wouldn't go to his house? Okay. Is there anyone else you want to exclude from her bringing?
No, that's fine.
Is there anyone you want to exclude him from bringing? Okay. All right. So just Mike and that's it. Now, temporarily, we're going to send you to mediation.
I don't really want him to know where I live.
Okay, that's why I'm thinking maybe, well, then you can do all the transportation if you want. Normally we split it. Receiving parent picks up because they're always on time because they're receiving the child. But if you want to transport both ways, or we can pick a neutral exchange place.
I just don't want to know where I live. That's fine. Mutual exchange, but I don't care.
Well, that, or
I
do you
just
want to
don't-
do the transportation both ends? What would you
That's
prefer?
fine. Transportation both ends is fine. I just.
All right, so
'Cause I
temporarily,
work right by his house.
okay, so temporarily you'll transport both ways for pickup and drop-offs. All right, and then be thinking about whether you want to use a neutral place, or as things settle down, you'll probably be comfortable at some point in exchanging at your residences, but that's up to
As long
you.
as he just doesn't come into my work and harass me, I'm fine. I just don't. I mean,
No,
I
he's
have
gonna
three
stay
kids. I
away
have
from
to
your
be a mother
work.
for them, and I don't want nothing to happen to me. So, him threatening me on my phone and coming to my work is, as long as that doesn't happen, that's fine.
All right, how do you two want to communicate if there's an emergency about Robert? Do you want to email or text? What would you like to do? Because she's concerned about harassing phone calls, and this is a good way to keep that out of the picture. Do you want to just text each other, or do you want to
I don't
email?
text.
You don't text? Okay. Do you email?
No.
No? Okay.
I got a house phone. I mean, if she needs to call the house, then I know it's about Robert. Or,
All right, so do you want to limit your phone calls to emergencies only?
yeah, about the baby only.
And the other thing we like to do with babies this age is we have a book that goes back and forth. Just get a loose leaf book, goes back and forth with baby, and that lets you update. He was cranky today, he didn't eat anything, he may have a fever, or here's a prescription, give him 2 tablespoons of this, whatever it is. And the book may have nothing new in it, but it really helps when you don't like to communicate with each other, or there's claims of harassment, because it keeps you up to date on what's going on with the baby, or he just ate, or he's colicky, whatever it is.
What he
So,
eats.
right, what he had to eat, or if he said his first word, or whatever it is. So let's have a book go back and forth. It can just be a loose leaf binder, and the book goes back and forth. Even if you never write a thing in it, send the book back and forth in case there's something new and you really don't want to communicate with each other.
That's fine.
And that way, at least Robert benefits because you're both up to date on what's happened with him. Maybe he's had diarrhea and you're worried, or maybe he went to the doctor and the doctor prescribed something. Whatever it is, keep a running log. And you don't have to write anything. It's just if there's important information you want the other parent to know and you really don't like talking to each other. So let's start with the book now. Maybe eventually we'll get to a better stage where we're communicating more freely. And then do you both want just phone calls only if there's an emergency about Robert? Or if you're going to be late, if you have a flat tire somewhere and you're going to be late for your pickup? Do you want to just limit phone calls to
That's
emergencies
fine.
only? And do
I
you
have
want
no
the
problem.
ability to tape record the phone calls so in case there's something that happens, the court can hear
I
it?
have no reason to say anything bad to her. If she wants to tape it, she can tape it.
Do you want to tape record phone calls just in case? The ability to tape? All right. We'll give you both the ability to tape calls. You don't have to. I don't care if you do or not, but if something's harassing and you want to bring a tape for me to listen to, I will. And we're looking from today forward. We're starting
That's
fresh.
fine.
Okay. Now, in terms of your timeshare, the more times we exchange Robert, the more times we have the possibility of confrontation. So we try to limit them, but we have a young baby who really needs to see both of you. Do you both work right now? Are you unemployed? Are you?
I work part-time.
Okay, what hours do you work, sir?
I work from 8 a.m. to no later than 12,
So 8 a.m. to noon normally,
Yes.
and what days of the week?
Monday through Friday.
Monday to Friday, and you're off Saturday and Sunday?
Yes.
And what about you, ma'am?
I mostly work. Well, someone just quit my work, so it'll be changing. But most of the time I work Monday 5:45 to 1:45.
5:45 a.m.
Yes.
To
And then,
1:45.
Tuesday, Wednesday I'm off, and then Thursday through Sunday the same 5:45 to 1:45.
And if your
Although
schedule changes, do you know what it'll be
Like
to?
this week I work 1:45 to 9:45 3 days because somebody quit. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I believe. Yeah. So. and also
Do you
because
think
I'm
for
going
the
out of
future
town.
you'll have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off?
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
Okay. So it makes sense if dad's off Saturday, Sunday, mom's off Tuesday and Wednesday, dad should have Saturday, Sunday, mom should have Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, what do you want to do with the days in between? We've still got to deal with Monday, Thursday, and Friday.
My mom would, she was, for 6 months, she's been watching the baby, until I got home. I mean, no daycare,
Is your mom retired or?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so she's relatively free. What do you do while you're at work when you have the baby? Do you have a daycare provider or?
No, I have a friend watching my children, or I have a girlfriend of mine taking them to school. They both are in school, so.
Okay. So their schedules, when are they generally available? Like after?
My children?
No, the people that help with your care that go to school. Or you mean the kids are in
That's for
school?
my other children.
Okay, what about for Robert? When you're working, who takes care of Robert for you?
I mean, I was living there when I was working, and his mother took care.
Okay, so it's a new scenario. Are you comfortable with his mom helping with daycare? Great. Do you want to use her to help when you have to work, or do you have someone else that you plan to
If you
use?
wanted to do that would be fine.
How do you feel, Grandma? Are you able to help?
I'm willing to take him, bring him over.
Awesome. And you don't mind if it's Mom's time and she drops him?
I don't mind at all.
Fabulous. What's your name for our minutes?
You want my nickname or real name?
I like nicknames.
Tony.
Okay.
Antoinette.
That's a beautiful name. All right. Thank you so much for stepping up to the plate. I know it's a burden of love, and we appreciate it. So,
That's what it's all about, Robert.
isn't it? That's good. See, your focus is right. That's why you're not in court. It's hard to learn, but these two will. It's just tough at the beginning. So, we've got Grandma stepping to the plate, which is awesome. So that will actually keep your costs down, and you've got someone that loves Robert. So you couldn't ask for more, because you never know about daycare providers these days.
And like you said, they can be together more.
Right, exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Mother and the father.
And if Jules or Noble, I mean, I had him for a year and a half. You know, they're more than welcome to come to the house.
Boy, that's fabulous. You don't mind helping with her other kids, too.
No, they're.
Wow.
You know, they're just. You know, they're good kids. You know.
Tony, can you come to every case I have and volunteer? You would solve all my
It's
problems.
just that, you know, the kids got close to me. You
That's
know?
fabulous.
I mean, it just.
You'd be surprised how many grandparents will love the biological child, but the rest are out the door the second, a divorce hits. So
Well,
Yesterday was Jules'
wonderful.
birthday. She turned 5.
oh,
we couldn't call.
well, we'll work it out. We'll get there. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. That's just refreshing to hear. So she's willing to help with your other kids too if you want. So this is a very good resource. And someone that you can trust, which is wonderful, because you can't say that about a lot of daycare
Well, we're missing
providers.
that dinner table.
Yeah.
I bet.
First day without them, man, I just cried.
Oh.
You know, the kids.
All right. Well, why don't we give Mom? I'm just throwing this out to think about. Mom's off Tuesday, Wednesday. Dad's off Saturday, Sunday. So we could give Mom Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Thursday.
and half of Thursday. And we could give Dad half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you'd both have 3.5 days a week. You'd both have your days off. Normally I don't like to go that long without Robert seeing the other parent, but I'm trying to keep your exchanges to a minimum right now till the dust settles and making sure you both have time. Now this weekend's different because you're going to be leaving for spring break, so we'll make a special exception.
For 2 days.
Okay. Well, what do you two think about Mom Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, half of Thursday, Dad half of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? What do you think about that? Would that work? Just temporarily, till you
yeah.
go to mediation.
I work Thursday morning, so.
All right, maybe we want to give you then half of Sunday.
If she works Thursday, only she's, don't want to lose her one day, whatever.
I
You
haven't
still drop 'em off.
seen my baby in a long time.
She can see the baby today.
No, you're
right
going to
after
get
she
immediate
leaves.
contact. We're going to work this out right now. I'm just trying to think until you come back from mediation, because you're going to meet with the child custody specialist. They're going to give you all these different options to think about. They're going to work out holidays, the whole bit. And whatever you agree to, they'll put in writing for you. But it's a 60-day return date, so I want to work something out for the next 60 days. And you two can change it. If you change it in writing, sign and date it. Don't change it verbally, because then you come back to court and everybody says, I didn't agree to that, and it's a nightmare. But you can put it in writing and change it if you want. Do you want maybe part of Sunday evening then? No, because you've got to go to work Monday, 5:45. Well, you've got Grandma as a resource. It's up to you.
I don't. My schedule changes so much. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I work 1:45 to 9:45.
But you think you're going to have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off.
Yeah, except for this week.
Right.
So I don't really.
Well, let's just leave it the Monday through half a Thursday, and because your schedule's going to fluctuate, and you'll just rely on Grandma to assist when you're at work. Do you want to do
And when I
that?
work at night, go pick them up at 9:45.
You'd have the days when you're working at night.
Yeah.
And as long as we pin down which days are yours, Grandma's going to be flexible. She's happy to have the time.
I know,
So,
but will she be okay with me picking them up at 9:45 at night?
are you awake? Are you an early morning person or night person?
I'm,
4 o'clock in the morning.
I get up early in the morning, go to bed early. Nicole knows this.
Yeah.
But she can pick them up.
So you'd make an exception if she had to work during the day and needed to pick up at 9:45 at night. You'd be okay with that? Awesome. I got to clone you, Grandma. That's
No,
awesome.
I just love my grandchild. And
Wow.
I don't like to see this happen.
I know.
You know.
They're working it out. It'll be okay. We'll get there. So Grandma will let you pick up at night if you need to. So you need to keep Grandma apprised of what your work schedule is. And that way she'll know when to expect you. And we'll be flexible. You two got to be flexible. So we're basically going to split your week in half. And we'll say Mom will have Monday morning till Thursday. Tell me what time. Do you want to say Thursday at 5? Because I know your schedule's going to change and your shift might change. So we're just shooting in the dark right now. But it's just
Thursday,
temporary.
I always work in the morning.
Okay, what time are you off work on Thursday?
1:45 p.m.
Okay, well then why don't we give you till Thursday at 5, but you can use Grandma.
So 1:45.
Thursday at 5, then I only see him for.
Well, at least you get those 3 or 4 hours after work. Or are you better if I add on Sunday night to your schedule and have you return Thursday morning?
That works. 'Cause I work.
What time
I
on
work every
Sunday
single
night?
morning.
We need to go kind of late because Dad's off Saturday, Sunday, so we want to give him most of Sunday. So
1:45 I get off and I'm right there.
what time on, but you're off on Sunday, so I want to give you more of that time. So why don't we say Sunday, you want to say Sunday at 7 p.m.? Then at least Dad gets his 2 days off.
Then he's sleeping.
I'm just trying to maximize your time. You tell me if you have a better plan. What half of the week would you want? Because Dad's going to accommodate you. But I'm trying to give him Saturdays and Sundays because those are his days off. His schedule's pretty fluid, so.
I couldn't have Sunday at 1:45.
Well, that's his day off, so we're trying to give him Sunday.
He only works 2.5 hours.
She can
a
have
day.
Sunday at 3 o'clock.
All right, he's offering Sunday at 3. It's better than you're going to get from me, so I would grab it.
At 1:45 to go home and come all the way back.
I don't know where you live. I don't know how far you gotta go.
Well, it's not too close.
Anyways,
Well, if you're off at 1:45, what time would you be at Dad's? 2 o'clock? If we did Sunday at 2, Tuesday, Wednesday, would you be dropping off Thursday morning on your way to work or Wednesday evening?
Thursday before you go to work, she can have him at 2.
All right. So Sunday, 2 p.m. until Thursday, dropping off on the way to work. And then Dad will have the rest of the time. It's still a good split. And then immediately today, we want to get you some time until you go for spring break. So what time today can you guys do an exchange? You got to stop by Family Mediation Center, 5 minutes of paperwork.
Well, it's spring break. Kids go 12 months.
Well, you still get off the week
We're just
before
going
Easter,
for the
don't you?
weekend.
Oh,
My daughter's
they're only going Saturday and Sunday.
I want to give Mom immediate time right now
Yeah, that's
till she
fine.
goes because she hasn't had contact with Robert for a
I
while.
work tomorrow at 5:45 in the morning to 1:45. I leave right after that, so.
Okay, so what time today can you pick up? You got to do 5 minutes paperwork at mediation, then you're done here.
Right now.
All right, so it's 1:25. Do we want to say, do you want to do an exchange at 2:30 or 3 o'clock to be on the safe side? Because you got to stop by Family Mediation Center first.
How long is that going to take? Oh,
Should just take 5 minutes.
okay.
Some forms
Well,
to fill
after
out.
we leave there, she can pick him up.
Okay. Just for our purposes, do you want to say, how far away are you from the courthouse?
Half hour.
All right, let's say 3 o'clock then today you'll pick up. And then what time are you returning before you go for Disneyland?
What time am I returning to go home?
Robert.
The baby. After work Friday?
I'm leaving right after Friday.
Yeah, so you bring the baby Friday.
Friday morning.
Do you want to
No.
drop Robert off?
Yeah,
on the-
Friday
I
morning.
work in the morning. Yeah.
He's working
Yeah, Friday
Friday.
in the morning.
And you're leaving right after work for Disneyland?
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to drop off Robert on the way to work then tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mom will have 3 o'clock today, dropping Robert off on the way to work tomorrow. Okay.
That's fine.
And then we'll go into our regular schedule because by then you'll be back. And let's see, did we do our mediation referral? There it is. Thank you. We'll come back to court. It looks like May. Oh no, I can't have any settings there. We've got executive committee at noon all day. Yeah, we could put this also on May 24th. Do you want to do like an 11:30?
May 24th. Yeah.
We just have Henderson at 11:15, or do we have anything else?
No, so far.
Just the one from today, right? Okay, good. Let's do an 11:30 on May 24th.
What day is that?
It's a Monday.
Can't be Tuesday because she's off Tuesday.
We're not in session Tuesday. We're dark because another judge uses our
Wednesday.
courtroom. Can't do Wednesday because we're dark. I can do Monday or Thursday.
Goodness.
Is one
Can't
better
do
than the other?
afternoon on Wednesday?
Um,
It's just hard because my job is like
Like
all
after
this-
1:45.
we can give you. We can do a Thursday afternoon. Let me see. We've got an evidentiary there. This is what March, April, May. I'm going to be at that committee meeting all afternoon. We can do June 3rd. Do you show June 3rd, which is the Thursday?
Like at 3 p.m. Is that?
We can do it 3.
3?
You don't show anything in the afternoon of June 3rd, do you?
No, nothing.
Okay, we'll do a, just for you, and don't tell anyone, a 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon.
Is that because of grandma?
You know, Tony's cool. I'm doing it for Tony. Just don't let the word out that we're making a special exception. We usually do evidentiaries in the afternoons on Thursday. So 3 o'clock, Thursday, June 3rd. That's when we'll come back to court and we'll see if you've reached an agreement. Now, it sounds like you're getting along pretty well. Are you okay being in the same room with the specialist who will help you try to reach an agreement? Okay, so we don't need the domestic violence protocol. We're good. All right, there's the referral form. So what will happen today is you'll stop and do 5 minutes of paperwork just so that they have your names, address, phone number, that kind of thing. They'll set up appointments in the future where you'll mediate. Be sure and tell them your work schedule so that they can, yeah, it's mandatory by statute, unless you reach an agreement. But they'll go over all the holidays you want to mediate. It's a good process. It tells you what joint,
I have no problem. I mean, I got no.
really a good, well, you can either agree in writing or go to mediation. Those are the two options.
What? Oh, I remember you going down there.
It's honestly, it's a good process, and it helps you with every single holiday. Gives you all the options, and they print it all up for you in a beautiful plan. The other option is you two sit down, go over every single holiday, write up your own plan.
I don't think we're gonna have any problem as long as nobody's going nowhere with the baby.
Right. And you've agreed that you're not going to take baby out of Clark
Right.
County.
No, I have my own place here.
Now, do you two want me to wait and address child support when we get back and see what your timeshare is, or do you have
Yeah,
a?
Please.
Are you okay waiting till we come back to court in 60 days and address child support then?
Yeah, in the meantime, everything that I bought for my son, they have. I don't have anything for my son.
Well, the baby's clothes have to go back and forth, and you both should have an equal amount.
I'm
So,
talking about like the stroller.
but they grow awfully fast too, so some things aren't going to
Right.
fit.
I mean, I have all his clothes. I don't know. And then there's certain things like, I don't, like, I guess, WIC appointments and doctor's appointments. I don't know.
This is where mediation will help you immensely, believe me. But meanwhile, you should split equally whatever clothing you have that still fits. And knowing that he's going to grow like a weed, you're both going to need your own car seats, obviously. Hopefully you already have that. You're both going to need your own, equipment, strollers and that thing, that kind of stuff. So Unfortunately, kids are
I
expensive.
just moved and it was really expensive. And I don't really, I mean, I don't like the car seat and I guess we just exchange it.
Well, the car seat could go back and forth if you can't afford to get a
that's fine.
second one. Do you want to do that? All right, so for temporarily, the car seat will go back and forth. And do either of you have medical coverage for the child?
It's covered by the state.
Okay, so we're going to rely on the state for now. And if there should be anything that's not covered, you two would split that equally by statute, but it's pretty good coverage. All right, so stop by Family Mediation Center, do your 5 minutes of paperwork, just show them your form, they'll know what to give you.
Okay.
And then we'll see you back in 60 days and hopefully be able to finish out your case then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any problems, ask Tony.
Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Oh, do you want to prepare an order so you have that? Or do you want to, are you comfortable with the minutes? Normally you prepare an order that says everything that we talked about. Neither removes the child from Clark County, you're not going to go to her work and stuff.
Minutes would be great. Just
I can either mail you a copy of the court's minutes or you can put an order together, whatever you prefer.
tell an order to of the minutes.
All right, we'll mail you both a copy. Let's just be sure we have your correct addresses. Let's see. What do you show on the computer for their addresses? T is. Mr. Woolard, are you still on 7360? Is it Vario Drive? Okay. So on your pleadings is correct.
Yes, it's correct in the computer.
And then, just for purposes of your pleadings, you've got 4132 South Rainbow. Is that the store address or?
No,
It's a P.O. box.
Okay, are you okay using that for your mailing address? I know you didn't want to disclose your other address on the record.
Number 523.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, we're good then, and we'll mail you both a copy of the minutes so you have those, and then we'll see you next date.
Thank you.
Good luck.